Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have 4 fur babies at home. And if you're like me, something happens to them, I am running to the emergency room as fast as possible. But sometimes, you know what? You may not be prepared for that. You might not know where to go. So the number I'm going to give you later, you want to put it on speed dial, because in an emergency, you can head to Eve Pet Hospital in Mesa. I am with Dr. Kaylee Robinson. She is the co-owner and medical director here with Claudio. That's your own little one of many cats, right?
I have one of 4, yes, as well.
Okay. Well, our cats and dogs may or may not get along, so we'll just keep it that way. So first of all, you know, here's the confusion. I have been in an emergency situation and I ended up in an urgent care and they were like, nope, can't handle this. Got to go to an emergency room. Give everyone at home some ideas on what you do exactly and what makes you unique.
So we are the Valley's only 24/7 privately owned emergency veterinary hospital.
All female owned, by the way, right?
Yes,
I love that. Okay.
So like a human, if you think you could go to urgent care, you've got a little sniffle, you've got a hangnail, you can go to urgent care.
Right.
But if you're seriously injured or seriously ill, then you need a hospital. So things like a dog and cat, we can handle those things like ear infections, toenail ripped off.
Right.
But an urgent care could also handle that.
Okay.
The things that we can handle that an urgent care might not be able to are things like snake bites, hit by car, dog bite wounds, foreign body surgery. So if you feel like you would go to the ER instead of an urgent care, that's when you should take your pet to a hospital.
That makes so much sense, right? If you think of your pet, because we often do, treat them like a human, right? Okay, that makes perfect sense. What types of animals do you treat here?
So we mainly focus on dogs and cats.
Okay.
We can help you out on the short term with your things like birds and reptiles, but we are not equipped to hospitalize them. So we would refer you to an exotics hospital. But we focus on dogs and cats, and we are able to hospitalize them 24/7.
Okay, and that's so important, right? 24/7, 365, right?
Correct.
And you can do surgery here. I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yes. So we can do emergency surgeries any time of day.
Okay.
So things like your pet ate a foreign object and it needs surgery to remove it, or your pet is bleeding internally. We can take care of those things here.
Okay, all right. So in Claudio's case, Claudio likes to eat things. Is what we've learned, right?
Yes.
So that's so important because that can happen so easily. Let's talk about some tips, and you have some great tips on how we can avoid some of these issues happening in the first place.
So obviously, like in Claudio's case, pets like to get into things, they like to chew things up. One of the best things you can do for your pet is make sure they're not eating anything they're not supposed to.
Right.
So training, or in Claudio's case, he has a special little helmet that he wears when I'm not home so he can't chew up things. But also getting into things like human food. Things like chocolate, onions, raisins, grapes are all toxic to dogs. So we need to make sure we're not leaving those things out where our pets can get to them on the counters.
Right, right. Your other tip that I think is so good, when we have a leash law, right? A leash can make all the difference in the world.
Yes, keeping your dog on a leash is one of the best things you can do to protect them so that they don't get in fights with other dogs, they don't get hit by a car. Even if your dog is friendly, that doesn't mean other dogs are friendly. You don't know what that interaction is going to be if they run up to another dog. Even the best trained dogs will sometimes get distracted and run out into the street before you can call them back.
Yeah.
Also cats, I believe cats should all be indoors.
Okay.
Because one of the main things that happens to cats is either hit by a car or fight with another animal, and then they get injured and stuck outside, and then you don't even know that they've gone missing.
Well, as a matter of fact, she just had one come in just a little bit ago who got bit by a rattlesnake.
Right.
So if you keep your cat indoors, that won't happen.
Exactly.
Just one last quick question. I mean, sometimes we can call ahead of time, and sometimes we can't. If not, can we just show up?
Yes, we are absolutely walk-in basis, no appointment necessary, in a hurry, just come on right on in.
Yeah, there you go. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Robinson. Good information. Eve Pet Hospital is located at 430 South Gilbert Road in Mesa. Call 480-919-VETS or visit evepethospital.com.